it do, what the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal underscore Brown if you're looking for me on social media.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on those same social sites. Holla at your boy AB. How you feeling out there?
I can't call it, man. No complaints. Back virtual in these streets. Don't worry, we'll be live again. Don't worry. We gotta
Absolutely,
let people
man.
know we'll be live in person again. Don't worry about a thing.
Yes. AB, sometimes you just gotta pop out and show niggas, man.
That's it.
That just has to happen sometimes. Shout out to Kendrick.
Never
Yeah,
heard of
man.
them.
But yeah, absolutely. What'd you think about the Black Enterprise event this weekend?
Shout out to the Black Enterprise event. We were there, the Disruptors Summit 2024
Mm-hmm.
down here in Atlanta. I had a good time. It was Friday, Saturday. I try to, like you said, try to pop out every so often. If you're a content creator, if you're in media, it's cool to do a bunch of content, man, sometimes, but you got to show your face, shake a couple hands, the old school way,
Mm-hmm.
and that shit goes a long way. So I had a good time, man. Shout out to everybody that I met there. Met some good connects. So, met a cat from Nashville, went to state. We
Really?
chopping it up. Yeah, it was cool, man. So it was definitely a good time. I would suggest somebody go. But I would suggest look for a promo code when you go, so that way you can get in for the low or possibly for the free ski.
For the
Always look for
free
a promo code when it
ski.
comes to the conferences.
Absolutely, man. I enjoyed it too. I got to see the tail end of Cameron spitting some game.
That was
Got
good.
to stay around, listen to these doctors talk about franchising. That was pretty interesting. It
Mm.
was good. It was some good business stuff, man. So, um,
Got the
aside from that
camera on.
lady, yeah, shout out to Cam, man, and that lady asked a crazy ass question. Like, I'm always amazed, AB, how people will get up in public and just embarrass themselves.
Y'all,
Like when you open up the Q&A and the motherfucker throw up their hand before they even like you have to have a question before you go get the mic.
facts.
And you could tell she was just like, I just want the mic. And raised her hand and started spewing bull nigga babble. Straight nigga
Basically.
babble, bro. But
It,
shout out to Cam. He handled it well, man.
real quick. They said, look, Cam doesn't have much time. We got room for two questions.
Oh my
If
God,
you're a
bro.
normal person, that's a social cue to have your
Oh my
question ready
God,
and
bro.
deliver it quickly. This lady started babbling about how she didn't have much time and she was going to leave after this question, and how the world we live in is X, Y, and Z, and how
Oh
Big Meech is
God.
about to come home, and Big Meech and
Y'all bear
Donald
with me
Trump
now. Bear
are
with me.
about,
Bear with me.
yeah,
Shut
bro.
up.
They snatched the mic away from her so quick. People getting restless. Like, bro, that shit was weird. I don't know. I don't, unless Big
Okay.
Meech, hey, would it be crazy if
It's
Big
something
Meech
she
come
said came
home and he
to.
got some shit with Trump that she was on to something? That should have been nuts.
Oh man, it's always fascinating to me people that have to talk. I'm amazed
Yeah, it's
by
weird.
it. Like it always baffles me that people feel like they have to say something. Like that is
That's
crazy
strange
to me.
because I don't.
Ah,
But
me, man.
we got to say
What?
something about a couple of topics today, man. We got some good shit. Someone just announced a brand new album on the West Coast, Long Beach native. That's all we'll give you right now, but we'll talk about our expectations for that. We've got producers saying they are tired of remakes. That's another thing we're going to discuss. And Rapsody dropped her long-awaited fourth album. We'll see what that's hitting on. Also, we're going to talk how much Kendrick made off that Not Like Us streams that y'all claiming is going up. But first,
But first,
not a laughing matter,
I
serious
was gonna say
matter.
you very brave laughing right now.
Listen, serious matter. I'm gonna get to the jokes, but we're gonna keep it a buck first. Puff, Puff Daddy, Diddy, P Diddy, video,
Don't forget brother love.
Brother Love,
Don't
a
forget that one.
video allegedly of him was leaked or was put out by CNN. It wasn't even leaked; it was released by CNN of an incident between him and then girlfriend Cassie in 2016 at a hotel in LA. It showed Puff putting hands on Cassie. First of all, he's running through the hotel room holding a towel. Looked like he was fresh out of the shower, or his shower was interrupted, and it looked like Cassie was trying to go to the elevator. He snatched her down, kicked on the ground. It was some wild video shit. I'm not even gonna lie, like Ray Rice on steroids.
Mm.
Puff then, somewhat surprisingly, issued an apology statement a video statement that is, left the comments on his
Oh my
Instagram
God.
for the video, which was, if you jumped in that comment section, it was ugly. My
Mm.
question to you though, is there any way for Puff to salvage a career after seeing what you saw and hearing his apology?
To address something before that, as you've always said, we've alluded to, man, it's different when it's a video.
Yeah,
Like when it
100%.
like if motherfucker hearing about it, a motherfucker can write a book, as people have about Puff. They can do interviews. The feds can raid your house. All of
This was
those
in the
things
Cassie lawsuit. This was in there. This
in there.
incident.
She talked about this
Yep.
specific incident in the lawsuit.
Yep.
However, when people see it,
Yep.
man, it's different. It's different at that point. And you know how crazy you gotta be for a motherfucker to try to sneak out during your shower, bro? Like how it play out in my head is like, bitch, he done told her like sit down and don't go nowhere, trying to get in the shower. Realizes that she leaves, allegedly,
Right. Right. Right.
realizes that she's leaving. Nigga don't even throw clothes on. I'm grabbing the towel and running after and then kicking her ass in the hallway. That is insane. God. But to answer your question, he did issue in a statement after, said he was in a dark time, said it was in a low place or whatever it was, it may be. He wasn't asking for forgiveness. As the great Jada Kiss said, the apology is good, but it's not enough.
No.
Like it'll never be enough.
No.
So to answer the question, now the public statement not gonna work. AB, this is one of those things where you just got to disappear, bro. And whatever that means to you, Puff, that's what you need to do. Whatever disappear means to you. I seen people saying that he's the type that may do something to himself, or like the police may lock him up, or he just disappear to another country. But all of that, being the leader and speaking on black love and taking streets named after you and fucking
Keys to the
career
city.
achievement awards, yeah, keys to the city, all of that is done,
Yeah.
done so over, and as it should be too, as it should be. And unfortunately, it's been able. People have been saying this for a long time, like you said. But the video makes all the sense in the world. Or excuse me, gives all the proof in the world. And now, ain't no bouncing back from this. What say you?
Yeah. Let's be very clear. The domestic violence shit, that's a no go. No real niggas co-signing none of that. Let's
Mm-mm.
get that out the way before nigga get to the jokes and shit, because we do have to keep it entertaining.
Yeah, it is
But
jokes.
I will say it's a wrap. There's no I haven't seen anyone come back from something like this to this level. You could argue Chris Brown had a similar situation, and there wasn't video, but there were pictures, but that he has still maintained a pretty solid career, even though every blue moon it will follow him or it will come back up. And of course, I'm sure it stopped a couple of checks here and there,
He
probably
just
more
stopped
so
one last
closer.
year. Remember,
Well,
he was
yeah,
supposed to be in the
he wanted to
celebrity
play in the
game.
All Star game or
Mm-hmm.
in the celebrity game, and that kind of allegedly that was a thing with
Facts.
that. So this this is the type of incident that fucks up your whole legacy. Like
Yeah.
everything you've worked for up to this point, your last name, nigga, your kids. This kills all of that, bro. Like there's no logical explanation. I seen people try to say, man, allegedly she stole 100,000. Like I don't know
Man,
where
I
that
don't give
came
a
from.
fuck. Yeah.
Dude.
I
Who?
don't give a fuck about none of that,
Well, that's
bro.
what I'm saying. Wait, what do you? First of all, what's 100,000 to Puff?
Yeah,
Let's
Puff.
keep it a
They got
band.
$1 billion, bro. Fuck
Let's
that.
like, well, but where that even came from, who knows,
Call the
dude?
police then, nigga. If she
Yeah,
stole 100,000,
right.
you call the police.
Your
That's
money
what you do.
insured, bro. Like you
Yeah.
good. But so he's done. But then even the apology, let me tell you how I know for a fact he did that on his own. No PR. They would have never told him to make
No,
that
nobody would
statement,
sign off on this.
bro. Because here's the reason though. When niggas like that, they don't understand every small detail in the video, people are going to pick apart everything you say. That's why they tell you when you get locked up, don't say shit. Don't say anything.
Facts.
Ask for a lawyer. Why? Because something you say might be used against you and flipped in ways that you don't know. So while
Mhm.
it looks like he's in fucking Bali already on vacation,
You better
nigga,
be.
you talking about, yeah, I'm sorry. Like people are picking apart everything you say, how the shit looks, nigga, the tone, nigga, the way your eyes look, man, they're going to pick it
The
apart,
the
which is why
breaks in
you have
between the
PR teams to
sentence.
prevent that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was a terrible idea. If you read the comments, you'll see. Well, I didn't see one person supporting that shit. Obviously, that they're not going to do that. It's a wrap. The Lifetime Achievement Awards, the Puff, the Bad Boy 30-year anniversary, you cancel all of the above. It's a wrap. And I blame his son for putting that diss song out because if he hadn't done that, none of this shit would have came out. I
Well,
blame
that show
King
you the
Combs.
difference, man. That show you the difference in generations, man. Like, how old is he, dude? King Combs. How old you think he is? About 23,
Probably
24?
26, mid 20s.
This nigga put a song, but boy, you supposed to be laying the fuck low,
Facts.
underground low, nigga. Did you listen to the song?
I did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We talked
This
about it
boy
last week.
told
She was some
this
slaw.
boy told the feds,
Y'all went
y'all
to the
was at
wrong
the
house,
wrong house.
bro.
The
What
shit
the
that y'all
fuck?
was looking for was at the other house. Boy, if I was Puff out to beat that nigga ass like he did Cass in that hallway, boy, I would have
Worse,
whooped his ass up and down both of the properties. The house you supposed to have been at, the house you raided. I would have flew the nigga to Miami, whooped his ass there. Like, bro, are you serious right now? Like, I know he screamed on him something serious, but it's like you said, it's like nobody is around them advising them right now. Like, what
bro,
the fuck is going on? Y'all niggas got too much money to be moving like this. Are
bro.
y'all serious? I
He tried.
cannot believe.
He played it too like you. Here's one thing. Here's one route you can take, and I said this even before I saw Dr. Umar double down on this. Here's the one route you can take to salvage
One is.
any type of possible checks going forward or any type of goodwill is if you go the church route. That's the only way that you can survive that. And he tried to go the forgiveness because people, let's be honest, Americans love a redemption story. They love a comeback. They love I hit rock bottom and I bounce back and all of this. And the easiest people to fool with that is the church. You can stand in
Mm.
front of that pulpit and people will believe you if you throw God in it. Like that's the only way, dude. And I think that if he was going to try to pull that, he should have waited about 6 months and not 6 hours. Doing it this soon, it was a terrible move, in my opinion.
I don't
And he
even
had
think
already put the written statement out back when the Cassie and
saying
the
he didn't
other
do it.
charges. He already put the written statement out that said, I can't wait to clear my name because none of this shit is true. And it's like, bruh,
I don't even think the church route will work, AB, because even
that's his
in
only
that,
route. That's the closest thing. That's what I'm saying.
uh,
It's the
he could
closest.
try it. He could try it, but I don't know if it would work. Just in the sense of, and we talked about this a little bit on Is the Mic Still On? Y'all go check that out. We did a live yesterday. Like the reason that Chris Brown has even been able to stick around and somewhat silence his name is he got talent. The
True.
reason that R. Kelly was able to piss on a woman on tape, lie to her, say it was his brother that's identical and looks like him, is because he's one of the greatest songmakers in history. In the history of making music, R. Kelly is one of the best songmakers. Puff's talent, his talent encompasses the image that he has. Now that you've shitted on this image, I don't bring anything to the tape. I'm not Dr. Dre. I can't make beats that way. Like no one wants to be associated with me. I can't go find the next Drake and clear my name because nobody's fucking with me. Like there's literally Puff can't bring like he can't even preach. Like you said, I know that nigga can't preach. He can't hold it down like a TD Jakes or something. Even Mace, he ain't even
That's
got
true.
bars like that. So now he's in this weird ass juxtaposition as to okay, even if I want to get out of this, I ain't got a way to it because my way, what made me popular is being next to the person, being the
Yeah.
motherfucker that was driving the engine. It's like, oh, you working with Puff now. I want to see how this gonna look. But now nobody wants to be in the same car with you, bro.
Except
So all
Los.
your, except, I got a
He let
whole
me
other
down.
theory about that. I got a theory about that low shit, boy.
He let me
That that
down.
that
And
that's
he looked
looking
like he didn't
more
want to be
like
seen.
a,
Did you peep that though? He looked like he wasn't expecting that.
bro. That low shit looking more like a relationship and less like a partnership as far as music. That's what it's looking like today to me.
Or he just need
Like,
that
cause I
bread. He
couldn't
needs some bread or something.
ain't that much
Some.
needing the bread in the world, bro. I'm sorry. It ain't that much needing the bread. You can rap, bro. Go put out little EPs and shit, sell 5 or 6 thousand. You ought to be like he can make he's good enough a rapper to be able to make 100,000, $200,000 a year, man. I done seen lesser
I
rappers
agree.
do it. He can take a plan and go out here and he ain't gotta be associated with Puff. That's a choice that he's making. And it's really strange. I ain't calling it nothing other than what I've seen, but the choice that Los is making is seriously strange
What,
because it's
what,
been
what,
too long.
What's it? Why not? Why is it not loyalty? Why
Loyalty
is
to
it
what
not?
though?
I'm not gonna turn this back when he needs me the most. Why come? How
Loyalty
come
to
it
what
can't be
though?
that?
Like, because from my understanding, Los has always wanted to be a successful, popular rapper.
Yeah.
And my assumption was that I'm around Puff to do that. Nigga, it's been 25 years. Nah,
Oh,
ain't
that
been that
ship
long,
is sailed.
but it's been at least a decade,
Yeah, that
right?
ship is sailed.
If he was loyal to what we had going on, I'm not just gonna be here writing for Puff. Like I need to be a star because that's what Lo said he wanted to be. So I don't see what he would be being loyal to other than if it was like a relationship or something. Like there was more than just music,
I
which
don't know,
maybe
but
it
Los
is.
Los talk a lot of pro black talk, and so
Mm,
him next to Puff in what looked like I don't know Miami, Hollywood Hill,
yeah,
wherever the
it looked
fuck they
like
was at.
Miami.
That looked crazy.
Looks insane, and maybe he can't. Like maybe this is the lifestyle he's addicted to.
That's true.
That's
Because a
what
hundred
it looked
thousand
like.
ain't gonna support
No, no, no,
what you're
no, hell
describing.
no. It'll support him
You're right.
in today's time. Like 100,000 really ain't even a lot no more, but it'll
Right.
support him being like not having to go get a job. Like
Right.
Los is a good enough rapper where he wouldn't have to go get a job if he was stop hanging with Puff.
I agree.
But it's like more so. Oh no, I want to be in these mansions. I want to ride these boats. I want to go to these freak offs. I want to do these things.
No.
So I mean, if that's the life he choosing, man, like he gonna get whatever coming to him is all I would have to say.
Y'all let us know, man. Is there any salvage in Puff's career? Like
Yeah, yeah.
obviously he won't be, but obviously he can't be the Puff billion-dollar rap mogul. We know there's no coming back to that because even Chris Brown
Mm-hmm.
didn't go back to where he was technically at. Ray Rice obviously didn't go back to where he was at.
Never played
But
again.
can he get close to it? And if so,
Mm-mm.
what's the best route to do that?
I don't think there's no way. Let me ask you one question before we move on.
Yo,
This is the first time that I felt you on the 50 shit because he keep mentioning Jay-Z name saying he hiding. I think
bro,
that's lower than low. Like don't even insinuate that I got shit like this. If I was Hov, I would have to get him on the phone. Like stop playing with me, bro. I'll sue you. And if that don't work, then we can go to other means. But like if I was Jay, like 50, I had to stop playing with me. Pause.
that's what I'm telling you. I
Yeah, that's wild.
it's 5-0,
That's
bro.
wild.
It ain't 50, it's 5-0. Been trying to
Ja
tell
Rule
y'all,
called him
bro.
the feds. Ja Rule called him the feds because he was fucking with. Like, did you see that exchange between him and Ja? The dedication to that beef is amazing.
Nah,
Like
nah,
Ja
the,
was
the,
holding
the 50 and Josh shit is funny though.
that. Yeah, the dedication to that beef is amazing, bro. Like this, it's been 30 years. But you seen Ja holding the New York trophy, right?
No,
Like
he was
the
holding the championship
your
trophy.
champion, and 50 was like, this is the reason they lost. Say let this bum ass nigga hold
That
the
shit was
trophy.
funny as fuck. Because the picture is hilarious.
Hey,
Because he's
it's
holding the trophy like he's on the
hilarious.
team and he just won game
Man,
seven.
like he holding like he put a Kobe performance up, nigga. Like he had 81. Like, bro, what are you doing? If I was, I'd be mad at that nigga if I was at him Brunson. Like, bro, come on.
Shout out to Nicky
All
Duce,
right,
man.
man.
How about them Knicks?
He gonna hate you for that one. Next, moving on. Speaking of New York and the Knicks, Cardi, Bronx finest. She goes to Twitter, AB, and she tells us, you know what? I'm living my life. I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm chilling. I ain't worried about no album. Y'all shouldn't expect one. I'm not putting one out. It's May. See you next year. And then the label retweets and says, you know what? If we got to sneak in the studio and get it ourselves, we getting that Cardi album this year. So my question to you is really simple, AB. Who do you believe?
Man, as of March, the streets say that it's about halfway done.
Okay.
There was no title, there was no rollout.
Okay.
It was missing a couple of features, and they needed about two or three more songs.
Mm.
Hey man, that ain't halfway done. That's not you ain't got no rollout. You need a song. No, I'm shout out to my guy Big Jeff from FSP. He
Mm.
has been diligent in saying we are never getting another Cardi B album. I am starting to drink that Kool-Aid because I thought it was gonna drop this year. I'm not gonna lie. I was biting.
Told you it would.
She was vehemently saying it's coming this year. She has said it publicly in interviews, just tweeted about it. But she has also said that about prior years too. Like it's coming, y'all. My bad. But she had the separation, divorce-ish type shit earlier this year. Thought maybe that could have pushed it back. But it
They
just
still
seems
married.
like every time that she's planning on doing something, something happens to where she goes, "Oh, I need to race. I need to rest. I need to take a break." It seems
Mm,
like just life when like every like you can't put it on something every time you get ready. Like, oh shit, never mind. This just happened. No, it's you. Now it's you.
mm,
Now I feel with Joe Budden and all these people say it's her. And the
mm.
label is sick of that shit now. Because the label done came out and said, yeah, nah, that motherfucker dropping. Fuck what you talking about. Because she said no album this year, dude. I don't care. I'm
Mm.
relaxing. All right.
Yeah, I hate you relaxing.
Yeah, nah. The
Um,
label. So I don't. It doesn't work without her buy-in. But the label putting pressure.
don't
I don't. It don't. They can't drop none without her buy-in. It's not gonna work.
shit.
And she deleted the tweet, by the way. So I don't know what that means. But if I was a betting man, my percentages was about 80%. She was dropping this year. That has come down to about 40.
Mm. I feel now that I've seen the label say this, I feel that yes, it's going the album come. And I agree, disagree with you in the sense of buy-in. I don't need your buy-in, bro. We just saw what
Yeah.
Drake did with that, bro. We just seen what Drake did with that AI shit. And
Ooh.
if they do, if the label like it's cool, we got enough from you. We can get some dope writers in here, and we'll just put the AI card out. What you go? Who gonna believe you?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like we have the capability to do that. So if you don't got to do it, you can go on vacation. But we've heard enough of the album to know we got a hit that we can push. We're gonna put the money behind it. The radios are going to play it. Motherfuckers don't do interviews now, anyways. So the only thing that would, like you said, the only thing that would hurt it if she gets on social media and just start going crazy about it. However, if it's a hit and people are receptive of it, couldn't see her saying anything.
Mm.
So I do think that the label was like, man, we like what you just said. We don't care about none of that. You do whatever you want to do. We finna take it from here. And I think the problem with this is, and I've alluded to this, and it's the thing about when you have like this generation of music makers is different from the ones that we grew up on, where it's more about the lifestyle, it's more about the person who you are versus I just love to do music, which is why you see Nas rapping at however whatever age, which is why you see a 444 from Jay-Z, which is why you get Killer Mike winning a Grammy at this stage in his career. Them niggas love rap. They like
Facts.
to do this music shit. That doesn't come off in this new generation. Cardi B loves being Cardi B, which I feel like has been the problem. I'm addicted to who I've become from that album. Now, if I put an album out and it flop, that status comes down some. Now I
Agreed.
can't pop my shit like I used to pop my shit, and I think that's what she's scared of. I don't think it's the music, and I won't single her out and say that. I think Lil Baby suffering from the same
Yeah,
thing
for
right now.
sure.
I think Lil Baby going through this, and there are other rappers who just they don't love music enough to be like, okay, sophomore slump, I took that on the chin. I'm gonna go in here and go hard for the next album. They don't love it enough. Because if
Yeah.
they start getting the bad reviews, they're gonna leave it alone, period, and just do the other stuff that makes them money. So it's really interesting to see these people who have popped over these last couple of generations who get to this stage, and it's like, well, I can't figure it out. Like you don't
Andre
want to figure
3000 the same way too.
Andre, same thing.
Same
He
thing.
used to. He used to love music. Like
Right.
you could tell with the Outcast shit, but then at some point he fell out of love with it. He was like, man, I ain't trying to do this shit. And a lot of it's what they think people gonna say too. I think a
Yep.
lot of what Cardi, Lil Baby, Andre, like you just said, those people that were waiting on it's like they're scared that someone's gonna say, oh, you're not that no more.
I agree.
I think Nicki went through it for a while. So, hey
I
man, it's difficult, man. You gotta this rap is hard. Like regardless of what motherfuckers think and how many people do it, rap is really hard, especially at the level that these people play at. So I think that's the thing that's affecting them, man.
I would throw Dr. Dre in there too. That's why we never get
Dr. Dre,
detox.
that's another one. Exactly. We never
I
got the
promise
detox
you.
perfectionist. You don't love it like that.
I think, man, I think you see that if I'm Cardi and I can jump on two remixes a year, let somebody else
Mhm.
make the hit, and they call me to get on the remix, so I'm eating off of the hit. And
Yeah.
but I maintain my position, my
And
pole
I still
position of where I'm at in the
Cardi.
game, and I ain't got to put on a whole album and roll out and do interviews and be tired as fuck on tour, and I ain't got to do that. No, I'm gonna play it like that. I'm gonna ride this until I can't do it anymore, and that's what she's been doing. And to be honest, it's been working up until this point. It has,
You
and
know
she
what's
may be able to
crazy?
continue. I don't know, but it looks like people are
She
getting a
could.
little bit more restless.
She could pull it off because she got a strong fan base. But you know what's crazy that I didn't realize? You know, she's never been on tour.
Yeah, I heard. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's
Meg is on
nuts.
tour right now. Like Meg just
bro.
started her first tour. Like it's crazy. 6 years that that album has came out. She ain't done not one tour. That's
Yeah, that's
crazy to
wild. That's a lot of money
it's
on the
a
table too.
whole lot. And the label has invested a lot of money, I'm sure, at this point. Like we seen that you had it. We got behind the Bodak Yellow. It was smash successful. The album was smash successful.
Crazy.
So yeah, you can have anything you want because we thinking that this next album is coming soon. We're gonna give you whatever money you ask for. And now it's time to pay up. And it's like, oh, well, I don't feel like doing it. Oh, no, we got a trick for your ass.
Cause
Like, we not gonna lose. That's how they looking at it. The label is looking at it like the casino house. Like you
mm,
can go on a hot run. Yeah, you have fun at the poker table, nigga. Have fun on the crap table. Roll as many sevens as you want, nigga. Get all the people over here. Get them to betting with you too. But I bet you at the end of the night, we gonna get our money.
man,
We're not gonna
listen.
play with y'all.
They're looking at it like they have because there's enough money and she has enough pull in the industry. Bro, you can get the best songwriters, you can get the best production.
Just do it.
This should be a layup. This should be
Facts.
a layup, fam. They'll come to you. We see this with Sexy Red. Sexy Red got enough cachet. She just go to Memphis and get the motherfucking Tay Keith banger. He got 100 of them in the MPC. Nigga, pick one of them and pick the little writer dude who be having the hooks and shit and just
All right, party.
get it sexy. Okay, bet. And
Mm-hmm.
just say whatever you want in between that shit. Nigga, all people only care about the beat and the hook anyway. Like, dude,
Right.
call partisan, dude. Get the fucking it. It's weird. It seems like she's and this is the same thing with Andre, because Andre he turned down the tour that
Mm-hmm. Yep.
infamously turned
That's
down
what.
the tour
Yep.
with Andre. I mean, with Big Boy for Outkast was crazy money, and he said, "Man, dude, I'm a big ass kid, and I ain't never care about no bread. Like, and I'm cool. I'm straight. Cardi is straight. Like, nigga, she came from, to my knowledge, nothing. Nigga, she
Mm-hmm.
good. Like, I don't, for what? I don't need $1 billion. Like, I'm straight, dude. So maybe she's satisfied, content, whatever you want to call it. But, and who's to say, like, she shouldn't be that way? Like, I fully believe that, nigga, do what the fuck you want to do. But it does kind of look strange that we're getting the pump fakes. That's the thing. If she came out and said, "Man, I ain't never rapping again," like fuck that, or "I ain't never making no album again," y'all can cancel that, but I'll hop on these features though. If she said that, that'd be one thing. But don't be like, "I'm finna come out. This year's the year, guys." That's 2020. This year's the year, guys. That's 2022. This year's the year. It's like okay, now you kind of insult my intelligence, dude. Like, please stop
Right.
that.
You shucking us out now. That's
That's a problem.
insane.
Next up, man, your man Elliot Wilson, riding the beef wave, pause, said, or he listed the top 100 diss songs of all time. He now has a new position over at Hip Hop DX, by the way. Salute to the OG, Elliot Wilson. So this was posted on Hip Hop DX, top 100 diss songs of all time. Real quick, I'm going to give you the top five. Hit 'em Up was numero uno, anticlimactic, going from 1 to 5. Ether was number two. Kendrick, Not Like Us, number three. Throw the whole list away. Throw the whole list. Nothing
That's
else
right.
matters after I just read that off. I'm gonna be honest. The whole list is
That's
trash. It's
right.
official. Not
That's
Like
right.
This is the third best diss song of all fucking time. Okay, bro.
Probably good. That's probably
Drake
the most
Back to Back is
accurate.
number four. He tried to redeem himself. And
That's
Jay Z
crazy.
Takeover is
That's
number five.
crazy.
No, that's not
Back
true.
to back is number back to back is a top five diss song,
Yeah, it was the first diss hit. That has to count for some.
bro. Real Compton City G's, Dre Day.
They wanted to
And
hit
Dre
like
Day
this.
was a hit. Dre Day wasn't a hit.
Oh, Dre Day was a big song. You're right. That was a big single. That's true.
Come
That
on,
was a big song.
bro.
That's true. You're right.
What are we talking about? But I mean, back to back was a moment. I do get what you're saying now.
For the record, fuck
Um,
with Dre Day was number 11 on this list.
that ain't bad. Um,
Anything jump out?
it's first of all, I didn't even know a lot of these diss songs. It's really New York centric. Um, all of this New York shit on here. But I guess them the angry ass niggas that do be doing the disc and shit. Them mad ass niggas walking around in them heavy ass boots. So I could see why they so mad. But yeah, I mean, Blueprint 2 is a little low for me at 38.
That's a
That
sleeper.
song never gets the respect that it deserves. Like
I
I didn't
agree.
even know that Kicking the Door was a diss song. Kendrick Lamar. I mean, nothing really stood out. It's good. It's good to have these right here. I wanna go through because some of these songs I ain't even listened to. I won't even hold you. I don't know some of these songs or
Well, I
the
don't listen to
stories
Dell the Funky
behind
Homo
it.
Sapien, so I wouldn't know that
I don't
shit.
even know who that is or what that's about. Like who was he dissing?
That's what I'm
But I'm
saying.
even, but even I'm talking about the more familiar names that I see on here that I wasn't aware had the diss out there
Like
about it. Like
who?
MC Light, I didn't know. I don't know what 10% diss is. Like I didn't know MC Light was beefing with somebody in
That's
'88.
before our time, though.
I just didn't know it. I'm
Oh
interested
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
hearing it because it's on the list. I'm not questioning this place on it. Ti's way too 40. What's up? What's happening at 48? What are we talking about?
So,
So that
and
was
that was going to lead to my point here. You know how
okay.
we'll see like a campaign, like the Adidas shackle shoes, or the,
Hmm,
or we'll
I
see some
forgot about that.
campaign, and there clearly was no black people in the room.
Elliot ain't black.
Obviously, there was no niggas from the South in the room,
Oh
bro.
yeah, you're right.
How in the hell is Pastor Troy no more playing GA 94?
Mm.
How is that 94, bro? How?
94 is crazy.
But
That's
Little
crazy.
B, T-shirt and buttons is number 70, and Little B is my boy.
He was ripping that too,
Shout out to
which
the
I was
bass
thoroughly
god. He was
surprised at.
ripping that.
I was surprised as he was going
So
in on Joe Budden. That was funny.
he was going. I told niggas Lil B can rap though. Y'all just didn't want to listen to me.
You
How
right.
was
You
that?
you was a little beef fan, but he the one thing about that before you move on, that kind of that kind of started the other diss songs have been funny, but like Lil B whole thing was like, I ain't even gonna try to out rap. Like, I'm just flyer than you. Like, you're a dusty ass nigga, man. I'm just gonna go in and call you dusty, tell you you ain't got no hoes. Like,
But he was still
that was
ripping that though.
brilliant. He was ripping it too. It was a nice
Yeah.
little flow yet. I know people
You
are rolling their eyes and can't believe it, but listen to it. I promise you.
yeah. UNLV
That
drag him in the
Cameron way
river
too low.
59.
Oh my god. I
Bro,
didn't even
these
see
are
Real Compton City G's.
classics.
Real Compton City G's not on here.
Hold on, let's
That's
see.
insane.
It's gotta be.
That like that throw the whole list away
Wow, it's
like you
not
said.
on
That,
here.
yeah, that's crazy. Real Compton City G's not being on here is insane. That's insane.
Wow.
I can't even fathom
Nah,
a
I gotta
nigga
search
being like
again. I gotta search again. I gotta search again. Shout out to Young Dolph play with your bitch. That's on here. That shit was banging.
that need to be higher too. Yeah,
Nah,
like if you
it's
got
about where it need to be. I'm gonna keep it above.
what was it at? Oh, for
75,
76.
76. That's not bad.
Is the Cameron? I seen that one Cameron on here. Is the one about Jay-Z on here? You the king of New York with Sean Klepto's on? Like
Oh no.
that ain't on here either. Oh, that
Oh no,
gotta
yeah,
be
it is.
on
You're
here.
right. It is. It's number 95.
I was gonna say, yeah,
That's my
that gotta
shit
be
too. You
somewhere
gotta
around there.
hate it the way we get in this. That shit was hard.
Was ripping.
That shit was hard. Does that? That's my
He
shit
was
right
ripping
there.
that. I know Hov was hot about that boy.
Now I will
Uh,
say, stay scheming at 40. I want that to be
I
a little bit higher. Just a little bit.
ain't mad at that because that's a really good song. Putting Rick Ross Champagne Moments on here is insane, and not having Real Compton City G's on here, like that don't
There's
even
no
make
way that
sense.
Ross is on here, bro.
Ross is and it's number 61. It's in front of it's in front of songs like I didn't
Bruh.
Cameron. Wait, Cameron had an Eminem this Dear Stan. Is that about him?
Cameron.
64 is Cameron's Dear Stan,
I'm
which
not
I don't
familiar
think
with
I've
that.
ever heard that. Yeah, I don't even know what that was about. But yeah, that one that I just said, the Rick Ross Champagne Moments is 61.
That's crazy that that's on this
That's
list.
insane.
How is no more playing GA in the 90s and that Rick Ross? No one is going to remember that. People have already forgotten that Rick Ross song
I don't even know what
existed.
that sounds like.
I
I
only know.
listened to
I
that
forgot what it sounded like.
once.
What the beat sound like, dude? I don't remember.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Oh, I'm gonna tell you what else ain't on here either. That needs to be. I ain't seeing it right now. The them niggas ain't dying for you. To push the T when he riding around like you was signed to a nigga that signed to another nigga that signed to
That's
the other
infrared.
nigga. That ain't the name of that song. Is it? That's Exodus 23 or some shit like that.
Oh.
Them
That's on
niggas
here. It's
ain't
number
dying for
27.
you. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
that's on
gonna
here.
say, boy, it got it. Okay, yeah, I see Exodus 23 one. All right. Yeah,
Machiavelli
it
Bomb
ain't a
first,
great
number
list.
22. That's my shit, though. That's
Yeah,
my
that was
shit.
banging. Against all odds.
Yeah,
Against
the
all
list
odds
is
and bomb first. It ain't a bad list. It's just
well.
there's just some egregious things on here.
I
But I
can't
do
believe that
like
Easy
having
E
all of
not
these
on
right
here,
here.
bro.
Yeah, Real Compton City G's not being on here is insane. And it should be high too. It shouldn't be like 98 or no shit like it.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm
Real Compton City
saying.
G should be like that shit was fire if you was outside, nigga.
Oh no, here you go. My bad. It is on here.
Oh,
it's real
Off
motherfucking
a
G's,
tweet
not
at it.
Compton City G. That's
Ah,
why.
okay. What
Okay,
number is it?
23.
All right.
I'm about to
Okay.
say, I'm like, yo, there's no way that that's not on here.
Easy and BG knock Andre, so real motherfucking G's. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. All right,
Now that's
cool.
cool then.
Elliot gets the
Wankster not
points,
on
man.
here. I thought that was kind of weird.
Wankster definitely should be on here.
Is that Ja Rule on here? And that Ja Rule ain't on here, I'm
That
out.
blood in my eye.
Nah, the one
You don't.
fuck the one on
You
yeah, the
don't
one
really
in blood.
like
It
that
was on
shit.
that album, that Blood in My
Yeah,
Eye.
it's in
That
that
song
blood
was
in my eye.
banging though.
Yeah.
You can't
I,
keep a man down.
I really wish people would like. I wish Blueprint Two had more.
I'm telling you,
Just,
if
I just
Blueprint 2 was
wish
called something different, it
other than
needed its
me and
own
the word.
title.
That
Because
is
when you
true.
think of it being self-titled and we
But
already
and it didn't even
associate
make
that album with
sense.
being mid, like
Yeah,
it had a
it didn't
bad
even make
reception.
sense to call that song Blueprint Two either.
It don't make
Damn,
sense.
man.
It
One
should
of
have
a
had its
rare
own name,
fumble,
dude.
by Hove, man. But this like, and you got to think of the content. This was doubling back like 9 months after Ether too. It's like, nigga, I still ain't over this shit. I'm gonna rip you to shreds.
That's another thing.
But
The beef was over
damn.
with. He had
Beef
lost.
was over. He had lost, but
He had
I'm
lost.
still going, and that's what made it so admirable. I lost. I know my nigga, but I'm just for the off the love, like I was just talking about with the last topic, off the love of it. I'm really finna get in this bag, nigga, and let motherfuckers know about you, nigga. Jay Z this, Jay Z that. Is this thing going? Niggas get front page articles and want to mention Jay Z name.
Ooh. Dig a hole not on here. Should that be on here?
Nah,
Yeah.
it's nah.
Yeah.
Maybe in the '90s, maybe, yeah, like you
Yeah, how about
said.
that? Let me see. Let me make sure that ain't on here.
Do you agree with the
Yeah,
number
nah,
one?
dig a hole ain't on here.
Is hit 'em up number one? Hit
Yeah.
them up at either those who are right, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say the same.
You got
Yeah,
well,
niggas.
well, hold on. What about the features on Hit 'em Up though?
Mm,
Outlet did they
I wasn't
blow
mad
it?
at them. No, I wasn't mad at them because them
Okay.
niggas was ripping.
Okay. All
Them
right.
niggas was ripping it. I can't even. They was going in on Lil Kim and shit.
All right. So he just fucked up on not like us being in the top five. Okay, cool. That'll work.
No, no, it should have been two. Actually, over Ether. This that not like us is this generation's Ether. That's what this
It's this
is.
generation's what?
Ether,
Man,
nigga.
get the
He
fuck.
Ether Drake, nigga. Niggas dancing doing the crip walk to you. You a pedophile, nigga? Come on, bro. Nigga, you know how many
Man.
I tell you what, not like us got the most quotables. Other than you fat motherfucker, I fucked your bitch. After that is freaky ass nigga, you a 69 god.
That's
Freaky
not
ass nigga
aging
need to
well,
keep
by
his
the way.
ass. Yes, it is. Yes,
No,
it
it's not.
is.
That's not an insult.
Freaky ass niggas need to keep their ass inside.
No,
A
no,
minor, all of that shit, bro.
no.
And the number one line. Baka's got a weird case. Why is this dude around? Like
Nobody
all of that's
cares.
gold.
No, it's not. Bronze at best.
I just want to know why Baka's around, bro. Let's just tell
Sterling
me why
silver
Baka's here.
bars, nigga.
Tell me why Baka is here, bro. He got a weird case.
No one cares.
All right, next AB man. Yo, girl, my girl, friend of the show, highly advocated on this platform. Rapsody drops her new album entitled Please Don't Cry. What are your initial thoughts on it, AB, after listening to it?
Man, I'm not gonna hold you. I was in a car a long time on Saturday, so I had a nice little I had a nice time. I had enough time to spend with this to let it marinate, give it the car test, and give it my first real listen at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with this, even though it is a little bit too long. Though I will say that it's 22 tracks. Man,
Yeah.
my personal sweet spot is 15. I'm always going to advocate that, but I do like this album. I liked it a lot actually. I prefer the first half, and that's
Mm,
just maybe because I hadn't really got a chance to let the second half marinate like that. But I do think it's very dope. She is rapping her ass off on here. Um, if I had to point out a couple of standouts, that Look What You've Done is my shit. She was killing that shit. Like the first half, like Marlena, Asteroids, Look What You've Done, D&D, all that is fire. And then that one time is really dope as well. So I like that she's we say this all the time. And I think Fab spoke to this too. When he was like, yo, the ladies have a perspective that dudes cannot touch. y'all should speak more to that perspective. The club shit is cool. That's man, I swear to you, all that's cool. But utilize your unfair advantage and speak to some of the things that niggas just can't touch. And y'all have that. And in my opinion, she's speaking to a lot of that on here, and it's refreshing. Obviously, she can rap her ass off, and she's gonna be at this record store not too far from my crib, autographing her shit, and I will be there on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, this album is fire. Vinyl is copped, and I'm getting that bitch signed. What says you?
I got to listen to it here just recently. I'm a Rhapsody fan. I like the album. I do. I don't think that a lot of people that are not Rhapsody fans though will like it. It's like she was trying some different stuff with some of the beats that I didn't like. That was one of the biggest things for me. I like it when she's on them. This is my bag, like the slow soul down samples and things of that nature, with a little more soul to it is what I prefer, and especially her because she can really, really rap.
She was Migo
That
flowing on
means
one of them.
I didn't like that. See,
That didn't
I
bother me
wouldn't.
though. You can show the
I didn't
versatility
like
one
her.
time.
Yeah, but I think that she was trying to be a little too versatile. I liked when she was telling those stories, like what you said, and that was going to be my biggest takeaway from the album, bro. Talking about like, I'm assuming it's her grandparent or someone
Oh,
that
her
was close to her
grandma
that had
getting the dementia and
Alzheimer's,
shit with the
bro.
voicemail at the end.
Nigga,
I mean, not the
like
voicemail,
that
but
is
yeah.
that's the bag. That's what you were just talking about. That's what Fab was talking about. Because think about
Woo.
it. I was talking about is listening to this. As men, we already in this hip hop space anyway. You tell us somebody can flow, we're gonna check it out, girl or man or
Right, for
woman. It
sure.
doesn't matter. However, to get those perspectives of things like that are very introspective. Like you got to go watch a Lifetime movie, or you got to read some girly book, or some shit. Watch some bullshit on Instagram that you don't want to see. But her putting it in, like I wanted more of that, bro. Like her talking about the nigga that fucked her over. Like you
Yeah.
never hear women rappers talk
Tough.
about that, how she felt about that. Like
Yeah, that
all
shit
of
was
that was
tough.
her calling her homegirl, asking, "Am I stupid for taking this nigga back?" And then she
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Bitch, you
yeah.
already know what I'm gonna say." Like all of that is we never get to hear. I don't have women friends that I talk to like that.
Yeah,
You know
right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So I
right.
never really hear this. This was gold, nigga.
It's
If
different.
somebody stayed in that bag, yeah, the story hasn't been told. It's
Yeah.
interesting,
There you
and we
go.
always talk about how uninteresting rap is, and a lot of times some of the ladies lean to sex being the interesting thing about them.
Because it
She threw
sells.
some sex, yeah, sex sales. Like that's
Yeah,
gonna put you to the masses.
for sure.
But I think actually gaining fans, like that's why I'm a fan and led with this when we brought this in. Like I love like the stories that she's able to tell and talk about some of this stuff that we just never hear from women.
Right,
And
right.
like just like you said, the closing on what Fab said and what you just said, right? That needs to be taken advantage of more, bro. Cause like that was her. I was super interested when I was listening to that.
Yeah. Nah,
So
she's spitting on that. She even had a bar. I think it was something like I forgot what it was. Like somebody telling me not to marry while I'm laid up with a married nigga. Like, bro, like that shit
and
was.
then saying I killed my stepbrother if
Hey,
like
if
they
this
was
was,
doing like, bruh, that is what we want to hear. We
yeah,
want to
that
hear
shit was
women like
hard,
that.
dog.
That shit's fire, nigga. I like
That
it.
shit
I
was
ain't like the
tough.
Lil Wayne. I ain't like the Lil Wayne verse. I agree with you that one time is the standout for me. I
That's that
love
one.
that. I love that. Raw or not, wasn't Raw. Lonely Woman, A Ballad for My Homegirls. Those are some of the standouts for
Yeah, that
me.
was tough. The Lonely Woman is a very interesting skit. That's the
Yeah, it is.
that's
That
the
is really interesting.
that's a different side of Marlena right there.
I was here for it. I ain't even gonna hold.
Hey, listen.
Like, all right, shit.
I was gonna
I
be
was
like, hold
gonna
on, where
ask
we
you,
going with this?
right? I was gonna ask you what she looked like Wednesday. What she looked like? I'm
Hey, I met her
almost
one time.
sold.
I met her at Complex Con in I think it was the one in Long Beach that I went to. She's
Really,
super short,
really.
very short.
I heard she can hoop too. Did you
Nah,
know
throw
that?
that shit.
I don't
Throw
believe
that
that.
shit.
Well, you gonna put some respect on these ladies. Now I heard she can hoop though. I heard she was all right.
Shorter.
Um, what was I gonna say? No, but like I'm here for her being in that bag and just having the different stories, man. I love that. I wish she would drop more often, to be honest with you. And one thing, well, it sounded like she had a rough couple of years too, man. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this
She sounded like she was
album
over
was
that shit for a
mad. She
minute.
was mad, yeah,
Yeah.
with this album. Like you could tell the anger was in this. But I definitely would recommend it to people, man. Y'all check that Rhapsody out. It's a really dope album.
You want me? I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna tell her to lean more into that when I go to get this shit
Yes,
signed.
100%.
I'm
So
gonna say
give them my
lean into
IG
that
too.
perspective.
Give him my IG too. I let a real nigga.
My boy Big Jeff gonna be hot at you. Nigga, that's him.
I'm about
Shit.
to.
Next up, man. Speaking of Kendrick's Not Like Us overrated ass song. So
Mm.
the dollar amounts came out for streaming last week. I'm sure a lot of y'all saw this list. Not Like Us was number one, if I'm not mistaken, and it showed that it generated $275,000, and this was just for 1 week of streaming. Now I've had
Oh,
people hit me up that said this is some bullshit, and
how is that even possible?
I've had people hit me up say that this number is way too low. Now let me ask you, is this more or less, or what you would have expected from a number one song in the country?
I think some the headline may be off putting. I'm believing that just generated from money. It's just not just streaming. Like or the
No,
other places that it
this
generated.
is just
See,
streaming.
that makes no sense to me when a nigga like Snoop told me that he had a song that had however millions of fucking streams or billions of streams and he got 13 grand from it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. That it makes no sense at all. So now
What
this
what
is
what
a
he got from it and what the song generated may be two different things, though.
okay. All right. So you talk about what this generated for the okay. I mean, if it's that minute in what we're talking about as far as with that specific with what we're talking about, yeah. I mean, this is about right. To be honest with you, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. Like they play so many games with these numbers nowadays, bro. I have no clue, but I do know it's very popular. I have seen the response. I will never let you or shout out Daniel or any of the Drake fans out there try to say, "Oh, this is not going to be a hit." The pedophile bars are not going to work. Obviously, they are. That was my takeaway from this. I don't know about the dollar amount, but the song worked.
Listen, it's at 50 million views on YouTube.
Jesus Christ.
So this is just streaming on the sites. I mean, excuse me, on the traditional Spotify's titles. Apparently, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if this was only Spotify or if this was all of them. I had somebody send this to me and was like, "Man, 275, man, they getting robbed." And I was like, "How much would you have seen this make in 1 week for it to be? You'll be like, oh, okay, that's fair."
What was you
Like,
gonna
you
make
need to make $1 million
$275?
in 1 week
Yeah.
off one revenue stream. Like, yeah,
And from
dude,
where?
that
You ain't gonna make that playing it on the radio. Like, well, I don't
exactly.
understand. Where you gonna make 275 for it anywhere else?
I don't. I so you can look at it one or two ways. You can look at it like the number one song in the country feels like at its peak, it may should possibly be more than that. Or you can look at it like I just made 275,000 in 1 week off one song,
Off a single,
off
not an album.
one stream, off one piece of revenue. We're not even counting what it's going to do here, there, and it's playing on TNT and it's doing crazy numbers on YouTube. We ain't even counting that shit. So I don't know. I guess it all matters on how much of that goes to the artist. Now, if this nigga get the Snoop Dogg portion, then that's some slow. But if I'm getting these 275, nigga, I'm the last nigga complaining about this shit.
All right. That's
I don't
top
know.
dog money. Let's be very clear. That is top dog money. That is one day Drake got right. Let's be very fucking clear who money that is,
You
nigga. That's
definitely getting
top
50
dog
off
money.
that, off Wham.
Facts.
Oh
All right, man.
shit.
Y'all let us know what y'all think that Drake made from that Not Like Us. Is this
Kendrick.
number correct, man? Oh, excuse me, Kendrick made off that Not Like Us. And is this number even correct?
Even though he
Moving
does owe
before
Drake though, because again, he gets a number one off the back of Drake, another nigga
oh
using
my
the
God,
GOAT
man.
to get a
Moving
number
on.
one.
Moving on. Mike Will, AB. Mike Will says he is tired. He's tired, sick and tired of the remakes in hip hop. Do you agree with him or he's he get off my lawn?
As a producer who I don't really hear him doing remakes, he can say this.
Hmm.
Um, I don't. I'm thinking off the top of my head. Most of his shit is original. It's the 808. It's the bangers. It's the Tupac back. It's the Bugatti. Like he makes hard. It's all the Ray Shrimmerd shit. He says, "Yo, I'm sick of hearing remakes. Nothing like the original shit." If there was anybody in the world that can say it, it's him.
Okay.
So salute to him. I don't hate remakes like everyone else hates them as long as they're done creatively. That's my only thing. Like I was listening to Wale, I think his last album, and he flipped Jamie Foxx's Dearly Beloved from the Jamie Foxx show. It was the show that he played. Excuse me. It was a song he played on the piano when Fancy was going to get married,
Mm.
and he flipped it. That's a sample technically, but that's original, and it's not super on the nose. And it's kind of like that's like, damn, where did that come from? You kind of get that element of it in hip hop, so that's cool. It's just that now that we're 50 years deep, a lot of these samples we've already heard, and many times we've already heard them done better. So that's the
Mm.
problem. If you can find some original shit, because Alchemist in them is still sampling, nigga, that shit is sliding. Fuck what
Alchemist
anybody's
is good.
talking about. He's digging in the crates finding heat. So fuck that. He tough. But I respect Mike Will for saying it, and he can say it because he doesn't use them.
If it's done well, man, I don't mind it. It's just that there are too many bad ones
There
nowadays.
you
It's
go.
like people are being lazy with them and not really fleshing them out like they used to back in the day. Like we would have to look for samples. Like we would hear some old song, be like, "Damn, what is that?" Now I know we're more familiar with the music that they're using now, so that's one thing that we don't have to look for. But it's not as creative as it used to be, like when they were sampling prior to. So if it's creative and it sounds good, I'm here for it. I don't mind it. Mother thought was nigga, you make the beats, Mike. Will make other beats outside of it. And you just did a good job of explaining that he doesn't use a lot of samples, but I think he needs to make a hit. If you tired of it, make a hit. That's what I would say to him if I was in this camp or his group. Like, make a hit and get it to a big artist and make that the song that starts setting the trend. But people seeing the samples become the biggest hits, and now they want them. Everybody wants the samples. It's just because it's people seeing it be successful. So I would tell Mike Will to get in the lab.
I don't think it's as bad this year as it was last year, though. Last
It's
year
not.
was
It
disgusting.
has died down. It has died down. Like you had really dumb ones last year, but it's still out there though. You still get the ones where you like, I can't believe they did that.
I wanted to put a name on it. That's what I want niggas
Mm.
to start doing. Like
Oh,
say the
as if we
songs.
haven't had enough of that this year.
You're right. That's a good point. That's that Cat Williams effect. My
This is the
bad.
year of putting a name on it, nigga.
Stand on business to all
Man,
2024.
facts.
Um, Next up, man, Vince Staples, fresh off a TV show, his Netflix joint earlier this year, is announced his new album Dark Times comes out Friday, right around the corner. Two-part question: do you have high expectations? We know how much you rock with the last one, but does him having a new album make you look at the statements that he made about the money that's being made off hip hop? Does that seem more like a rollout now, or do you still take what he was saying seriously?
I take it serious. I don't really look at it as a rollout. I do think that he wants it. If you call this, if you call wanting it to be part of the bigger discussion, especially since my album coming out, especially since I probably just went through this with these labels and I'm telling you what's going on behind closed doors. I'm telling you niggas what's happening. I respect it. I expect Vince Staples to do that. He's that type of artist. So I don't really look at it as a rollout, but just he's an introspective dude. He wants to have those type of conversations and put them out there. So I fuck with it. Album, the last one, Ramona Park broke my heart. One of my favorite albums. Fucking love that. I can even go back to the Vince Staples album. Fucking love that one as well. So my expectations are through the roof with this one. I really didn't like the single, but I
It
still
was
have high
okay.
expectations. It
It was
was
okay.
okay. It was just okay.
Yeah.
And I probably wouldn't like it was kind of dark. I wasn't in the mood to listen to it right then. I was,
Right.
it's like it was out on Saturday. So I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll listen to this later. So I have to run that back, but I really wasn't fucking with the single off the first listen, but that's not going to deter my expectation of this. This will be one of them ones that I very rarely do. I'll probably be listening to this at 12 on Thursday or Friday morning when it comes out. That's how much like I'm a fan of Vince. Vince is probably one of my favorite rappers personalities out there. So yes, I'm high expectations. What say you?
What says me is staying up till midnight for a Vince Stable album is insane.
That's really not.
Second, I am here for this though. Ramona Park broke my heart was a banger. He's found his lane when it comes to the music. The last two
Facts.
or three projects have been solid after a shaky start with the first couple. Um, but I'm here for this. I like you. Listen to the single. It was sunny outside. It was it was nice. I was fresh. This wasn't the vibe I was listening.
This
I was
shit
looking
off.
for when I pressed play. That doesn't mean it was bad. It just there's a time and a place. And if the whole album sounds like that, then I'm just gonna have to mentally prepare myself for that, which is fine. It is
Mm-hmm.
called Dark Times. The song sounded like it was on an album called Dark Times. So I'm here for it though. I'll be checking for it. Absolutely not at midnight. It's gonna put you to sleep. But I'm here
And
for it
don't get me
Friday
wrong,
for
like you
sure.
said, I didn't want to hear it then, but if he's in that bag on this album, like you said, it is called Dark Times. I'm here for it. I want to hear that. I do want to hear what he's talking about when I
I
say
will
yeah.
say though, it does make the comments look a little suspicious though. I'm gonna be honest.
When you say that, what do you mean?
Because he was being asked if anyone missed it, he was being asked about what he thought about the Kendrick and the Drake beef, or when he called in the Joe Budden podcast a couple weeks ago, and he was that guy in the room that says, "Man, it's much more going on right now." Why are we talking? He took all the air out of the fucking room when niggas is just trying to have fun with the beef and shit, bro. We know this isn't
Having
the
fun with the beef
war
is
in
crazy.
fucking Ghana. We know that. We know that there are more important pressing issues. There are always more important pressing issues. When you got interviewed about your TV show, there were more pressing issues going on in the world then, nigga, but you didn't break that up to talk about that. You promoted your little comedy show, bro, and it's okay. Niggas let you cook. Let other people cook about the fucking Drake, the biggest rap beef of all time, dude. I know you're gonna let niggas talk about that, but he didn't want to do that. And coincidentally enough, now it's an album a week later. It's a little funny, but whatever. Niggas got to do what they got to do to get attention. I understand that.
I
Uh,
respect it.
but yeah, that was a little lame, but it is what it is.
Mm, I agree with you in the sense of it being suspicious, but I ain't mad at it at all, man. Before we get to the wins and losses, one of the most egregious statements that I've ever read, AB, came from Memphis Bleak this week. He was being interviewed on the podcast with Carmelo and your man's these from Jesus and Mero.
Yep.
They podcast. I think it's 7 p.m. in New York or something like that. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
the name of it is.
Something like that.
Uh, but they were asking Memphis Bleak about Impact and Cruz, and of course, Rockefeller, well, not unprecedented, but very high as far as crew impacts and having everybody out. We know Baseline Studios. We've heard stories. The crew was immaculate. Memphis Bleak then goes on to say if he had to put a second place crew behind the Rockefeller crew, that it would be, drumroll please, the ASAP mob. Maybe I wasn't outside for ASAP. This went over my head. Do you agree as far as impact with this?
Man, fuck no.
Okay.
What?
This is one of the most New York statements I've ever read in my life.
And this is why when I say shit like if Drake was from New York, niggas will look at him to be it's statements like this. This is what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
talking about. No, the ASAP crew doesn't have an impact on the same lines as Rockefeller, dude. Are y'all serious? But again, it's the Mecca, it's New York. There's a lot of people in New York. And if you're doing well in New York, it seems larger than what it really is. I understand that. That's the media capital, all of that good shit. Bro, no, fam. No, you can name two niggas. You can name ASAP Rocky and ASAP Ferg. That's it.
Who's the
Yes,
other
we know
nigga
there are
that
other
died?
members, but
Yeah.
they didn't make nowhere near as big of an impact or was as deep as the Rockefeller roster was. The fact that we're even talking about Memphis Bleak, who was sixth on the goddamn death chart, and that's and had a hit himself. That's what I'm saying. Who was the Memphis Bleak of ASAP, bro? All of them? Like, come on, fam. Like, get the fuck
I'm
out.
gonna I'm gonna listen to the context. I think he means as far as just like cultural impact in New York, like all because others there were other niggas in that crew that had shit going on, like they was popping,
Yeah, for sure. No, I
but
agree. They
nowhere
did have
near.
they were
Yeah,
in different areas of culture for sure.
right. Okay, all right. I
But
just want to make sure that we was
no,
clear
bro,
on that.
Dipset frying them,
Yeah, he was
frying
hating.
them.
He was hating, not naming Dipset. G Unit wasn't as deep, but G Unit fucking
G- for
you could have
sure.
split this off and did state property like that. I could go on no limit. Like I could go on for days,
Bro.
nigga, before I would even think about mentioning ASAP. But I will say this too. Like, I'm not for me, bro. I've never listened to anything ASAP. I don't listen to Ferg. I've never, and this is not me saying that they're bad. I just know that that's never been my bag. They've always seemed like kids to me.
Yeah,
So
they
I've
are.
never really like listened to their music like that. I was at the studio one day and a nigga, the producer was playing he just like playing some shit while we was getting ready for a show. And it was a nigga that was ripping it. And I had to ask, like, man, who was that? He like, man, that's ASAP Rocky. I was like, bro, I've never, he like, man, this song old as fuck, dude. I've never heard that.
Listen, I understand the appeal of
Mm-hmm.
ASAP. I do. Collectives usually, when done right, collectives can work.
Yes.
We've seen it with Wu Tang. You've seen it with cities like Miami, Atlanta. I know they're not groups, but they're collectives. It's strength in numbers. We know how that goes. So I get the appeal,
Mm.
but bro, nah, there's other people, man.
This
And
is
there's
a
no way you were
breeze.
like, damn, this nigga's ripping, and it was ASAP Rocky. Even though ASAP Rocky's not terrible.
They're not
I just
terrible,
don't
but
want to hear
I
the
never
music
heard you
he
rip it.
makes.
Now he ripped this though. I wish I knew what song it was so I could send it to you. And it was ripping it.
I could tell
I
you a
couldn't
song that he
believe
snapped on before.
when he told me it was ASAP Rock. I didn't believe him. I'm like, bro, stop playing, nigga. That ain't fucking A. Because he know I don't really fuck with them.
Well,
I'm like, ain't no way
he's
that's
not
A.
bad. You making it seem like he's like Blueface or somebody. He's not
No, no,
terrible.
no. Well, I was just saying it more to the sense of I didn't think that he talked about the shit that he was talking about in that song, and I
Oh,
was
okay,
like, man,
okay.
ripping it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think that. I'm not saying that he can't rap. I just never thought that he would have a verse that would register with me. Like,
I
oh
got you.
shit, like going in, and that's what I was listening to, and like I had to ask who that was. So
Bleak is dead wrong for that.
yeah,
But
Blue
again,
crazy. He
it's New
must.
York, so
He
I
had to be
mean,
drunk.
I
A
wouldn't
little bit of
expect him.
drunk, a little bit of New York bias, probably.
If Drake was
I
from
didn't
New
know
York,
Carmelo was so. It Carmelo Anthony not from New York, is he? He from Baltimore, right?
he from Bean he from Baltimore, man.
That's what I thought. That nigga on that podcast, that nigga had New York accent thick. Like, damn,
It's
I
the
didn't even
East
realize
Coast shit.
Carmelo. Maybe so. Maybe so.
But
He fuck with New York heavy though.
let's get to these wins. Well, he was born in New York,
Oh, okay. Grew up in Baltimore.
so maybe I don't know. I don't fucking
Gotcha.
know.
Now that makes sense.
He was Brooklyn. He from Brooklyn though.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he went to school. He went to high school in Maryland. Okay, cool. All right.
All right, that makes sense.
Let's get to these wins and these losses real quick. Your man Gunna, his newest single is called WhatsApp. Apparently that is based on a true story. If you let his producer Turbo tell it, they were at a party, attending a party in LA, and the guy that ran was holding the party asked Gunna to perform two songs. Gunna was like, "Nah, I'm straight." And the guy was like, "I'll give you 200,000." And he was like, "Nigga, where's the microphone?" And he asked him for his WhatsApp so he could wire the money. So there's a true story behind the single. But what do you think about getting 200K to perform two songs at a party you're supposed to be attending?
Um, dude got robbed for them 200K. But if I'm gonna, it's a W. Like, come on with that, bro. And who knew you could wire money through WhatsApp?
Exactly.
Did you?
I think it was some foreign cats.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Hmm.
I know that either, but I like when songs are based on true stories.
Yeah.
I feel them. Fam, I'm in my good clothes. What are you talking about performing? But a nigga say 200 bands and only want two songs, nigga, I'll do them two songs twice. Like, nigga, which two songs, my nigga? That ain't nothing.
Nah, we doing that, and I'm leaving after that too, just cause I had to perform now. So yeah,
Next,
100%.
next up, man. Win or loss, Wiz Khalifa says he goes to strip clubs with his mom. So they do everything together.
Um, as this is a loss. As someone who has a very close relationship with his mom, only child, I love my mother to death. We go to places. Like I go out to places with my mom, but never would I ever go to a strip club with Mom Dukes. Like it gotta be uncomfortable, bro. Like, and especially if it's just y'all two. Like if she's part of an entourage and like,
She just happens to
I,
be with y'all for the
yeah,
night.
she just happened to be with us and like she like, well, I don't want to go home and we're traveling or something. Yeah, okay, I get it. But if it's just me and Mom Dukes dolo in the strip club, like, nah, I'm good, bro. That's a L. I'm super good.
Bro, I
And
saw
like, you
this
can't avoid
when
the
I
strippers for one day, like chilling with Mom Dukes, bro. Y'all
now I will
can't
say
go to the fucking.
his mom looks young.
I
You
seen that
know,
she does.
yeah, she looks young. So and he was like, "Yo, we
Um,
went to Coachella together. We went to the strip club together. We went to Mexico." So I don't know if this is
oh,
an
that's
every
cool.
week thing.
Like I went to the Jay Z exhibit in Brooklyn with my mom. Like, yeah,
At the
going
library,
into these
nigga.
places,
Yes.
yeah, that's cool. Exactly at the library. Not going to the fire. I not that night. I went like, Mom, you trying to hit the strip club? We in New York. You know, you want to go to Starlet's? Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah, I remember back in that. I don't know if you remember this movie called what was the name of the movie, man, with the chick from Saved by the Bell. She was in a movie, she was topless. She was like a stripper. It was
Uh,
Elizabeth Berkley, the name of
I
the
know
movie.
exactly what you're talking
Man,
about.
I went to see that movie with my mom.
That's crazy. Why?
I don't think she knew what it was though.
It was in the
I
name.
it was strips. Let me see. Showgirls. That was the name of
Showgirls,
the
yeah.
movie.
It was in the name.
It was NC-17, so I can't say too much
Now, with
about.
that being said, the craziest movie that I've seen with my mom, you ain't gonna believe this because it's one of your favorites. I think I've told you this before. Nigga, I went to go see Basic Instinct in the theaters with
Oh,
my mom.
that's nuts.
I,
It went
man, I
down in
was
Basic
about
Instinct, nigga.
9
He
or
shook
10
that,
too.
nigga.
Her boyfriend at the time was like sitting in a row in front of me, and I was sitting behind it because I just was tagging along with them for the movies. They went to see Basic Instinct, nigga. I could not believe that shit, nigga. At I bought that DVD. I bought that tape immediately, nigga. As
Facts,
soon as I
nigga.
was able to get that,
Nigga, director's cut, nigga. Let me get
I
that.
want all of that. I used to love Sharon Stone, nigga, after that movie, nigga.
Nigga, Michael Douglas was
Damn, Michael Douglas was
savage.
my guy, nigga. I looked at every Michael Douglas movie after that, hoping I would get a similar performance from the woman that played in the movie with.
He shook
I wouldn't miss a Michael Douglas movie, nigga,
that.
at
So I can't go
all.
too hard on Wiz because I definitely
That's
saw
true.
Showgirls with my
Yeah, I
mom. I
definitely
was
seen Basic
13.
Instinct. I seen Basic Instinct with my mom, so I get it.
That's funny as.
It is.
But
I
that's
bet
just a
she
nigga
don't
mom
even
being
know.
cool though. As an
It is
adult,
though.
we ain't got
Yeah.
you ain't gotta be that cool no mama. We
No,
good.
no, no,
I'm
no. We
good.
good. I'm gonna run over here.
You
Uber
go over
Eats,
there.
DoorDash. Y'all going out? Okay, cool. I'm headed this way. Catch up later. Meet you at breakfast in the morning. We good. I'll go dolo before I go with Mom Dukes. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah, facts.
Well, we
I'm
just
not saying we
doing
do a
something
strip
else.
club though. Have you been recent?
Hell,
Yeah,
it's
me.
been.
I
I
think I went
remember
to
that chick
Strokers about
stole
probably
you.
about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
That's probably the last time that I went. It was at Strokers, and it may have been like 3 or 4 years ago. I would say. And
So it was
yeah,
post
it was just.
pandemic.
Was this post pandemic?
I know mine was
Yeah, it
pre.
was post
That's
pandemic.
oh
It was
wow.
because it was maybe like when it ended. So 2, 3 years ago,
Oh okay. Yeah,
two and a
no.
half years ago, something like that. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. No,
It
I
was
definitely didn't leave out of there saying, "Man, I've been missing that. I got to go back." I was cool. I was super cool, nigga. Super
oh
cool. I'm
shit. Last one, man. Winner or loss. Michael Eric Dyson, author, professor, criticized Kendrick for questioning Drake's blackness. I think he was on Bomani or no, Stephen A. He
yeah,
was on
Stephen A.
Stephen
Smith.
A. Talking about this, man. Winner or loss. The great genius Michael Eric Dyson.
Usually, Michael Eric Dyson's makes sense, and
And he
I
did on
fuck with
here
him. I
too
want
as
people to
well.
know that. Read a couple of his books. Man, you get this shit out of here, bro. Like this is an L. Yes,
Yeah.
nigga, we can question his blackness,
No, you
and
can't.
I'm not gonna question Michael Eric Dyson's hip hop core. He got books on Jay Z. I think he got a book on Nas.
Nas.
Like he
Yep.
know he gets into it. I didn't look at his reasoning. I just read the headline. So maybe if there's more
It's your
context, I would
fault.
understand more what he meant.
Yeah.
But just reading the article and looking at the headline, I do not agree with him. Like I think it's up. Like question if Kendrick were grasping at straws, then it would be true. But this was being said and mumbled, and he brought it to light. Like people have said this before. Pusha T brought this up when he showed a nigga in the blackface. Like these are not unprecedented opinions, nigga. Michael Eric Dyson don't act like, oh, where did they get this from? This is crazy. So this is an L for me. You listen to it?
I did, and he was, of course, he was. Michael Eric Dyson is a cooking show. Let's be very
Oh
clear.
God, that
Um,
nigga is a master with words, bro.
yeah, he's
You'll look
cold
at
with
him
it.
fascinated, nigga.
Yeah, that's a fact. And he was cooking on here as well, and he was speaking to a lot of the whole like culture vulture shit, which was corny. Even though it's not, it wasn't corny for Kendrick to pluck at that because it's a battle, so you got to pull
Right.
from shit. I get Kendrick doing it. People regurgitating it was silly, and I think that's kind of what he was speaking to a little more. But he broke it down. He was cooking though. I ain't gonna lie. So
Yeah,
obviously a massive W. He had Drake winning, which we all know Drake won, but
of course. Is Michael Eric Dyson mixed?
I don't think so.
Hmm. I wonder if he took
Nice
offense
try
to
though,
this.
but no, I don't think so.
Kind of took this person. I think he might be mixed too.
You
And I think that's what's
tried
going
to.
on here. That was the first thing I went to. I said, oh, this nigga must be mixed. He
I'm
got
not
to be
sure
mixed.
though.
He took. I don't know either. I'm just fucking around. But yeah, this nigga must. I'm thinking he mixed.
That's funny as
All
hell,
right.
man. On Decker of the week, man. Let's go to
Who we
YouTube.
got?
Shout out to Ronnie Houston. He said Game has better albums. Ross has better singles and features. but both have had solid careers though. That of course was alluding to our who had a better discography,
Catalog.
Ross or Game. And shout out to the mind of Ralph, said the Game edges the discography debate with Ross, but it depends on the day, which I
Mm.
get. But it is the
Oh
Game
my God, a
because
mind of Ralph, man.
shout out for sure, man. But Ross has the worser albums of the collection. That's
Yeah,
what does
he
it for
definitely
me.
does. He does. He does. He does.
What
Those
you
are
got to put me
great
on, man?
verses. Um, AB, you and I did a couple of reviews on the Frames Per Second podcast. If you guys are familiar, go check those out. If you are not familiar, get familiar. It's a Frame Per Second podcast. Movies, TV shows broken down from a black perspective. I had a real good time talking about The Strangers and Arrival. Arrival is a film from 2016. Strangers is in theaters now. I think you guys would like that content, so go check that out on Frames Per Second.
Absolutely. And man, watch Arrival if you haven't seen that. That shit was fire. Thinking it's a
Yes,
thinking
sir.
person movie, man. So if you in that mood, go check it out. Some alien invasion shit, but not in the traditional sense. So if you want to get your mind working, go check that out. Definitely appreciate the invite on there. Salute to the guys over at Dead End for sure. I'm gonna go to the music. Shout out to Payroll Giovanni. He dropped an EP called Have Money, Have Heart. The banger on there is Hold Up My Line. I listened to that on repeat this weekend, even though the other joints on here are fire too. $10 million Cribs is dope as well. So check that out, man. If you need that good motivational music in your life, Payroll gonna give you that.
Facts, man. I'm gonna listen to that right now.
Let's go,
We
Detroit.
appreciate you guys tapping in with us. This has been the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Hey man, it's your man Animal Brown. Till the next time, we are out.
Peace.